Swadikap, Crew Giles here at Jack's Muay Thai. So today's video is a little bit of a follow-on from the last video where we were doing hits with the shoulders and the hips, right? So let's just reiterate one of my favorite sayings for those of you who weren't on the last video or haven't watched it yet, right? So when you learn a new technique, whether it be in martial arts, Muay Thai, or other sports, you learn with your arms and legs, right? When you start to get good at it, you learn to move from your shoulders and hips. And when you master it, all your movement comes from your core. So let's just go over that again. New technique, you learn to move from your arms, right? So say it's a hook. It's my arm is doing this, right? When you start to get good at it, it's all shoulder and hip. When you truly master it, it's all coming from here, okay? When we watch our boxing coach, Coach Nate Campbell, 3-time world boxing champion, when you watch him like Shadowbox or hit the pads, you can see, if you really pay attention, everything is coming from this area here, right? So this area here, in Japanese martial arts, known as Hara, like 2 inches below the navel. Chinese martial arts, Dan Tiien, lower Dan Tiien, right? In Western physiology, 2 inches below the navel is basically the body's center of balance, center of equilibrium. So taking sort of chi or energy out of the equation right now, even if we just learn to think about this area, wake it up and move from here, right, it's going to help your Muay Thai. It's going to help your movement quality. We found that it's taken out the injuries that a lot of our fighters used to get, the shoulder injuries, and even some of the hip injuries. When they learned to move from here more, they stopped putting as much stress on those areas. It fixed a lot of biomechanics as well, right? So the first one is you gotta learn how to breathe from here, deep abdominal breathing. So I like to take my left hand, just below the navel, right hand over top. I'll turn sideways, you can see. So deep abdominal breathing means as I inhale, my belly goes out. As I exhale, it comes in. So inhale, consciously push out to begin with, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So you want to practice that breathing whenever you get a spare moment. It's a simple one to do in the car. I used to do it all the time in the car 20, 30 years ago. But you can practice it anywhere. It's a really good one as well if you're ever feeling stressed. Deep abdominal breathing slows down your heart rate, calms down a lot of the stress hormones in the body. In sort of fight or flight type scenarios, a couple of deep abdominal breaths really grounds you and calms you. Okay, so you want to work on that. Then once we have some awareness of what's going on here, we got 2 Qigong exercises. So Qigong, Chinese system of health, right? Movements for health. A lot of it is similar to Tai Chi, which has more of a martial aspect to it. But these are great movements for getting us in touch with what's going on here. So the first one I call water wheel. I'm not sure of the exact Chinese name, but I call water wheel because I like to imagine a water wheel where the water is falling onto it and spinning it forwards, and that's generating power. Right? So really imagine water falling onto a water wheel, making it turn, that's generating power. So I imagine, tuck the tailbone under, create a bowl in my pelvis there, in my pelvic bowl, maybe I have a ball, like a football sized ball, but smaller maybe, or the water wheel, right? So I inhale, my weight's gone back on my heels, but my feet are still flat. I exhale, my weight goes forwards to the ball of the feet. I'm moving from here, 2 inches below the navel. Kind of how a sailor, like a really experienced sailor, they move from here, just even if it's like rocking seas, and the deck is moving, they move from here, rather, inexperienced people would move from up here and fall, right? They move from here. So your knees are soft, your ankles are soft, and you're moving forwards and back from here, not from the upper body. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So I reach up and over. This is the water going over my water wheel, and then it drops. And as it drops, I need to imagine or visualize that water wheel spinning forwards. Hips move back, my hips are moving forwards. Okay, so practicing that movement, you'll find kind of gives you a little bit of a hip flexor workout as well, kind of opens them up. It's really good because we hold so much stress here in our daily lives. And Muay Thai tends to like work flexion, 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 running works flexion, flexion, flexion. So this starts to open them up as well. Right? So you really want to learn how to move with the hips forwards and back, but with the head staying still. Okay? So that's the first of the movements. The second of the movements is a rotational movement. So again, it's all coming from here. I like to imagine the ball sitting in my pelvic bowl, right? And I'm trying to get the ball to turn one way, turn the other way. Now my arms are relaxed and swinging, kind of like when we do banging the temple gong, but they stroke across the lower abdomen and the lower back. So they stroke, they stroke. My knees are soft, and I'm really thinking about that point 2 inches below my navel. So you want to do each of those movements. I can do about 30 repetitions, right? Each of those movements for a while. Then, while you're really aware of what's going on here, just take a minute and shadow box, but really think about everything coming from here. Everything, well, no matter what it is, everything coming from here rather than from up here, right? So I'll just move for a moment. Okay, these are core kicks, core, right? It's all from here. Okay? Okay, so finish up with a few minutes or a minute even of shadowboxing and focus all your energy here. Okay? All right, good luck with that training. Join me next time with tips and tricks. Appreciate you watching.